Hi, Frugal Chef here. Today we're going to make a beef stew with barley in it. It's a cold day, so this is going to be a good dinner. For this recipe, we're going to need 3 pounds of cubed beef for stew. What I did is I dredged this in flour, salt, and pepper. I have 3 large garlic cloves. I have 1 large yellow onion, which is coarsely chopped. I have 3 bay leaves, and I have 1 teaspoon dried thyme and 2 teaspoons celery leaves. I have 4 medium red potatoes, which I've peeled and cubed. 6 large mushrooms, which I've cut, sliced. I have 3 medium carrots, which I peeled and chopped. Half a cup of barley. 1 cup of peas. And these are 3 stalks of celery, which I have also coarsely chopped. Now, in my pot, I have 4 pieces of bacon, which I am frying. What I want to do is use the fat in order to start browning my meat. Okay, this bacon has now browned. It's nice and crispy, and I have all the fat I need. So I'm going to remove it from the pan, and I'm going to keep the fat in there. I'm going to add olive oil, and I'm going to brown the meat. Okay, so I added a little olive oil. Now I'm going to place my meat in here. I want to brown my meat on all sides. I do not want to pile it into the pan. I want to do it in a single layer so that it browns evenly and it doesn't steam, So I'm going to work in batches and go turning these around as I'm ready. Okay, so the beef is all browned on all sides, okay? And what I did is I wiped off my pan. I normally like to keep the little brown bits, but this time because of the flour, it was a little burned, so I didn't, keep them. I added about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This is starting to heat, so now I'm going to add my onions. Okay. And I am going to also add my garlic cloves. I'm going to let that cook for a little bit. Now, one thing I forgot to tell you is that I do have 8 cups of beef broth here, but don't worry about it because all of these recipes, any of our videos, you can download the recipe at thefrugalchef.com. So don't worry if you miss an ingredient or something, because you go to thefrugalchef.com and you will find all these recipes which you can download and watch the videos there as well. So, okay. So I just want this to cook for a little bit. I don't want it to brown much. Okay. And I'm going to add my carrots and my celery. Look at that. That looks pretty and yummy. Okay. So I'm also now going to add my celery leaves and my thyme. Mix that well. Oh, this smells really good. You guys were here to smell it. And now I'm going to let that cook for a little bit, for a few minutes. Alright, so these have been cooking for about 3 minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my mushrooms and let those cook for a little while. And then once these are cooked, a few more minutes, what I'm going to do is put back the beef. I'm going to put the beef stock in, the bay leaves, and I'm also going to return the bacon. And I'm going to let this come to a boil and simmer it for about 45 minutes. After that, I'm going to add the barley, the peas, and the potatoes, and we'll let it cook for another 20 minutes, and then dinner will be ready to be served. So, now I'm adding my bacon back, the bacon bits I used, and I am going to return the beef back to the pan. Okay, so now I've mixed all these veggies with the meat. Look how good that looks. Oh, this is going to be very good. And now I am going to add my my beef stock. I have 8 cups here, and I believe I will probably use all of it. Let's see. Yep, well, okay, 8 cups of beef stock. So I'm going to add my 3 bay leaves, and I am going to now let this come to a boil. I'm going to cover it, well, and let it simmer for about 45 minutes, and then we'll come back in 45 minutes. Alright, this has been cooking for about 40 minutes. I just took the lid off. As you can see, there is some fat that is on the edges, so I want you to drain that out, okay? Of course, you know, that comes from the bacon and from the olive oil we use for the veggies. So we'll just take the excess oil out, excess fat. Okay, so now I am gonna go ahead and add the rest of my my barley, my potatoes, and my peas. And I'm gonna let this cook for another 20 minutes, maybe even 25. I'm just gonna check how my how everything is cooking. I do have a lot of liquid here, but remember the barley is gonna rehydrate and it's gonna get puffy, so that's good. I need the extra liquid. I am going to adjust my pepper, and I am not going to put any more salt into this because naturally the bacon and the stock have salt. Okay, so now I'm going to just turn this, cover it, let it cook for another 25 minutes, and then I can serve dinner. Alright, this has been cooking for about 25 minutes. Let's check it out. Look at this, the potatoes are cooked, the barley is all cooked, so is the beef, everything. This is perfect. This is perfect. And, bon appetit. Delicious for a nice cold dinner. Remember, all these recipes are at thefrugalchef.com.